BlueEyes Ultimate Dragon merges with Magician of Black Chaos Max to create one of the coolest cards we've ever seen, and we have Ancient Gear craziness for you today as well. Make sure you smash the balloon crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. Now, this is actually the kind of stuff, this is nostalgia done correctly. So this is the Dragon Master of Magia, and like this card actually goes hard. Like the only thing you're missing here is the guitar on DMOC, and you have one of the coolest arts that you could ever actually see. Also, that's 5,000, 4,000 on this. So this is a BlueEyes Ultimate Dragon, or 3 BlueEyes monsters, plus 1 Chaos, or Black Luster Soldier Ritual monster. Can't use the pesky normal Black Luster Soldier to make this. I like how they had to preface that, by the way. So before you thought you were going to cheese this out, it has to be fusion summoned. Good news is, I mean, it does specifically list BlueEyes Ultimate Dragon, so you could at least King of the Swamp it halfway. When your opponent activates a card or effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do destroy that card, you can only activate this effect, this card's name, in response to each card type, monster, spell, and trap once per turn. It is a triple negate, which is pretty cool. And then if this face-up card leaves the field by your opponent, you can special summon a BlueEyes monster, or 1 Chaos Ritual monster, or Black Luster Soldier Ritual monster from your deck or extra deck. But this does not bypass ignoring summoning conditions. That's a little bit cheesy, but this is the last card for the quarter century box, and honestly, I love this. They did such a good job with the art for this card, and I'm actually surprised that they held this for the end, considering the fact that, you know, I don't know, most of the other power-ups we got don't really feel like anything in comparison to this. Like, this is just so cool. Like, I actually can't wait to see the TCG get this, probably in tins. All right, our Ancient Gear cards that we got out of today, like, these are actually really, really cool. Learn how to play the deck truly the way it was intended in this special course. This is the new Ancient Gear Golem that we got on a 3,000 to level 8. And before you're like, oh no, a level 8. Well, you know, they always had to make ways to cheese these things out. So, you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. So, this card's name becomes Ancient Gear Golem while on the field or in the graveyard. Thank you. We needed that. If this card is normal or special, you can activate this effect. You cannot set cards for the rest of this turn, and then you can add up to 2 Ancient Gear cards. 2, alright? And or Gear Town cards from your deck to your hand, except for Dark Golem, and then you have to discard a card. Okay, sure. If this card attacks, your opponent cannot activate spell and traps until the end of this turn. No matter how you look at it, this card is insane. But Robbie, it's a level 8. Like, I have to find a way to get that on the field. Well, that's easy, because the rest of the support takes care of that for you. So, this is our Ancient Gear Tinker. And I didn't know they made things big enough for Ancient Gear Golem to hop his big butt into, but they actually did. So this is a level 4. So 1,300. If this card is normal or special, you can take an Ancient Gear monster from your hand, except for Gear Tanker, and special summon it. Or excuse me, if this card is normal special, you can special summon an Ancient Gear monster from your hand or deck, okay, or excuse me, from your hand, ignoring summoning conditions. Or if your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon from your graveyard instead. Yeah, that's free real estate. This card's busted. And then you can target 1 face-up card you control, destroy it, and if you do for the rest of this turn, all monsters you control that are Ancient Gear Golem or mention it will get a 600 attack point boost. That's going to help you, I guess, do some OTKs. Not like you really need it, but okay. And this is Ancient Gear Commander. I can't get over the fact that this just looks like a monarch with the way it's pointing. But, you know, okay, I'll see you through here. This is going to be a level 4 Earth and Machine effect monster. You only use the first, second, and third effects of this card's name once per turn. So we can send 1 Ancient Gear Golem from your hand, deck, or face up on the field to the graveyard to immediately after its effect resolves, normal summon an Ancient Gear monster. So this dumps literally an Ancient Gear Golem from anywhere to give you a free normal. If you normal or special summon an Ancient Gear monster, you can special summon one Ancient Gear Golem from your hand or graveyard, ignoring summoning conditions. Oh boy! So as long as we can summon out something else, we get another free Ancient Gear Golem from the deck, which, guess what? This guy goes ahead and dumps and helps you out with that anyway. You can banish this card from your graveyard to place one Ancient Gear continuous trap card from your hand face up on your field. That's actually pretty cool, but the free milling here is what you care about. Now let's get into the Ancient Gear Advance. Yes, that is the whole squad coming for you. So this is a continuous spell card. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn, and you cannot set cards the turn you activate this card. When this card resolves, you can place an Ancient Gear spell and trap from your deck to your hand, except for advance. That's right, they wanted to give you the ability to go ahead and get to catapult and all the other good stuff. Once per turn, we contribute one monster to draw a card, and if you do, until the end of this turn, you can normal summon level 5 or higher monsters that are Ancient Gear Golem, or mention it without tributing. You wanted the way to simplify getting these monsters onto your field. Konami said, we hear you. We understand that we need to give you the ability to do this. Go ahead. And I mean, it's so good. And then we have Ancient Gear Duel. Really wish they would have called this something else, you know, to commemorate the actually what it is, but okay. You can only use the second effect this card's name once per turn. Monsters you control that are Ancient Gear Golem or mention it are unaffected by your opponent's activated monster effects. Congratulations, everybody. They gave them protection. If your opponent controls a monster, you can fusion summon one fusion monster that mentions Ancient Gear Golem from your extra deck by banishing materials on it from your field and or graveyard, including Ancient Gear Golem you control. And if you do, it can make up to 3 attacks during each battle phase. Congratulations. You wanted a fusion spell from the graveyard? Congratulations, we got it. Like, all of these Ancient Gear cards are actually, like, insane. Like, I'm gonna clap for it, Konami. You're nuts. And then something interesting, the OCG's finally eradicating the Gandora, the Dragon of X. So after its text update on Master Duel, Gandora has in the OCG to match its text in the TCG and the counterparts. Because for whatever reason, Gandora acted on the current attack points and actually not on original attack points. That's why you would see people playing the Crusadia stuff with this, because you would pump up an 8800 attack point Crusadia Equimax and you just blow it up, and your opponent's just sitting here like, I lose? Like, what am I supposed to do this? Yeah, it was really unfair. And I'm glad that the OCG's finally fixing Gandora to the point that, you know, we can actually do something with this. So, good stuff. About time. So, what do you guys think about part 1 of news? We'll talk about the Lightsworn stuff later in the morning. You guys have a good rest of your day, alright? Patrons! Thank you!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.